Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry, and it's time once again to return to the wonderful lands of the Tainted Grail. Now, it's been a while, I know, but then we all knew an update was coming. Conquest Mode is with us, and it is a rather new standalone version of the game. Let's just take a moment here to ask or answer, for those of you not entirely familiar, what is Tainted Grail? Tainted Grail is a board game by the same, is it Awakened Realms? Yeah, who brought us Nemesis. Nemesis being the board game of a bunch of spaceship crew on board a spaceship waking up out of hibernation to find that there's been some kind of horrible accident. One of them did not wake up, and the one who didn't wake was the host for a horrific alien organism which is now on the rampage stalking the ship, and they're trying to survive as all things go horribly wrong. Right, so Tainted Grail is set in a very Celtic, but also not historical Celtic, but very fantasy Celtic version of Arthurian mythology. And to be fair, most of Arthurian myth and legend, apart from the later stuff with Lancelot and Guinevere, most of the things, and the Tennyson things and stuff like that, most of the earlier stories are very Celtic in nature. And I know a lot of people think of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table as being from the high medieval period. Not so much the late medieval period, I must admit. But in actuality, most of the tales are of the time when the land was ruled by the Celts before the Anglo-Saxons came across. And I think, sort of late Roman Britain before the beginning of the Dark Ages, that's kind of when Arthurian myth hails back to. Now, with that out of the way, this is a dark and twisted take on Arthurian mythology. The base concept is that the Knights of the Round Table failed in their quest to find the Holy Grail. And of course, when the king dies, the land dies with it. The few knights who remain are mortally wounded, exhausted, unable to carry on, but they can bestow wisdom or information. These are not heroes that we play. These are a group of secondary characters. We are not the A team, we're like the Z team, the guys who go out after all the heroes have failed. And Conquest Mode is a rather free-form, open play. It's not the guided campaign. The campaign is unlikely to be updated on this playable branch until the game goes into full release. Now, until about 2 hours ago, the game was only available to Kickstarter backers like myself, who had backed for the physical version of the game. Now, unlike most of the Kickstarter backers, I haven't even received anything physical yet, and it's been a couple of years now, At the time, I was just too hard up to afford split wave shipping. We were offered two options, pay to have everything delivered at once, or pay to have the first load delivered up front and then wait for all the expansions and extra stuff which should come in later. And so the first wave went out, and about a year ago now, or 2 years it feels like, a lot of people got their game and are very happy with it. I'm still waiting for mine. However, I'll have the knowledge, the reassuring knowledge that everything will all come at once, and that those of you who have the game already don't have the things which will be coming to me all together in one bundle. So all I have so far is the computer game, and it's got that dark, gritty feel. The computer game is based loosely on the board game, as in it's a side path. So let's say this is the board game here, right? And then the computer game just kind of goes off the side a little bit wiggly. So it's about experiencing the same feel of the world more than replicating the exact experience of playing the board game. That being said, the combat system is remarkably similar and could be used as a good way to learn the board game. Let's dive in. So I've created one character already, but let's create a new one. So yeah, I was waiting, game's supposed to come out today, and you know what, technically it's like 2 in the morning now, I think. So yeah, about 11 o'clock last night, 11:30, there was an update, finally. I mean, look, I was expecting this to come out on the 25th with the update. Until then I've only had the campaign mode with its bugginess that I've experienced in previous episodes. So I dived in, played for about an hour, went off for about another hour, watched a TV program, ate my dinner, came back, So yeah, let's create a new character. We can decide if we want it to be a boy or a girl. I went with a girl in the other one, so let's go with a boy. Now, skin. They'd better be beards. Oh yes. Right. What is the difference between these two? Maybe more white hair? Only 4 beards, okay. And obviously, a beard like that deserves hair. All these partially shaved hairstyles are bad. They're anachronistic and not very historical. This comes close. Maybe he got like a head wound and had to have his head partially shaved while his hair was growing back. These are very dark skin tones. Now, the Celts didn't have the fairest of skin, but some of these are quite dark. The black works quite nicely, but if we go for brown, and that works. And let's call him Aldred. I mean, yeah, in modern parlance that'd be Aldred, but Aldred... Kinlair. For now. Am I happy with this? I think the women had like 1 or 2 extra hairstyle options, no beard style options. And in we go.
King Arthur promised us safety on these shores. Instead, we found stormy seas, rocks like shark teeth, and treacherous mists. Those few who manage to land will be set by hunger, cold, and nightmares born of weirdness. My people settled around a gnarled old statue. Though we did not understand its origin or purpose, the enemy seemed to avoid it. That was good enough. For a time. In the end, the winds of weirdness only grew stronger, and the statue failed to protect the settlement. There was fear, despair, and then nothingness, as reality melted around us. I returned alone, back at the feet of the statue. The buildings, the people, all vanished without a trace. I soon learned I wasn't the only one to return. Others survived out there too, lost among the ever-changing mists far from the statue, hunted by a creature never before witnessed. It seems coming to this island was a grave mistake. Avalon was was not ours for the taking.
So there we have it. It's a grim, crazy, chaotic land. The weird isn't wicked so much as just wild and untamed. The statues do seem to impose some kind of stabilizing effect that allows the world to remain constant. In fact, they are constant. They remain. Outside of the protective light of the statues and the milestones, the weird awaits. Now, classes. We have warrior and coming soon, which looks like some kind of shaman. And warrior. Alright. Now, we also have 3 runes to pick. We have the brawler, which is a rune focused on inflicting heavy damage towards single opponents. The Guardian, an energy-efficient rune focused on sequencing cards into advanced combos. And the Berserker, a high-risk-reward rune, gaining more power the less health points we have. Now, I've seen... one lucky YouTuber got access a little bit earlier to this build, and he played around and recorded a video for about an hour. I might go a bit shorter, who knows, but I'll do a bit of a series of videos on this one. And he showed off the Guardian class, and he said he tried the Brawler class. So I tried out the Berserker class with the woman, and it's a tricky one, because you are riding the edge of destruction there. But for now, I'd like to go with Guardian. And we do get to change these. You pick one and it lasts for the whole run, but if your hero dies, you get to switch to one of the others if you want. So we have a new quest. And some new items. Conquest. What is our quest? So we have Conquest and some side quests. King Arthur promised us safety on these shores. Instead we found... Wait, is this the intro? Yes, this is the entire intro text from that introduction video, so I don't need to... Avalon is not ours, was not ours for the taking. So, Slayer. There's a path leading out of the village, a path that ends with a creature spawned of pure weirdness. It hunts other lost, their cries echoing far in the mists. You have to dispose of it. There are 3 beasts to slay. Each one will open a path leading to another. And followers. Your village is in ruins, but there, out in the weirdness, are people who'd be glad to join in your... are people who'd be glad to join you in exchange for a safe space to live in. Find them, recruit them, and it's certain that they'd be of great use during your journeys. Now, out of the 3 heroic archetypes we have available to us, the Defender, the Guardian, is probably the most intuitive for me. We start here with our hero. We have some health, we have damage, we have armor. Armor is a percentage of incoming damage, so literally every time we hit we're going to take 95% of the damage, and the other 5% will go on the armor. We have wealth. We use this to buy and sell things. And we have Weirdstone, because people have played Mordheim. I haven't found any Weirdstone yet on my other run with the girl. She didn't get too far. Played about a bit for an hour. She died a couple of times. A Soul Reborn, trait, duration 10. For the first 10 turns of your first combat encounter, new life fills your numb body. Minus 75% incoming damage and plus 75% damage. So, for our first fight, we're pretty much guaranteed to mosh the enemies to bits. We have an iron sword, plain and simple, yet elegant in its own way. And leather armour, a piece of hides and fabric sewn together. We have weird candles. So, weird candles keep the weirdness at bay. They allow us to venture out into the weird. However, when the candle light fades, the weird closes in upon us, and we're supposed to have a sanity stat that gets damaged by being in the weird, but that doesn't seem to exist in this open-ended mode, so that's interesting. We also have a travel map, which will instantly teleport us to our city, safe and sound. This is not a city. It's barely a hamlet. But let's see. Clicking on this statue doesn't seem to do very much. So this is our big monolith, right? It keeps the weirdness at bay. This is a safe zone around it. And if we walk around, we'll see these buildings. They're all the same. Right now, this building is just a ruin. However, during your travels, you might find someone who'd be willing to settle in here and help you in your quest. If I check any of the other buildings, I get the same message. We have a milestone here, so let's interact with this.
It's a mystery why these stones light up and banish the weirdness when people walk by. Many believe Merlin himself invented the runes carved into them. There's also a darker rumor that they were left by the Four-Dwellers to lure humans into their domain, like moths to the flame.
I can believe that. As we venture out into the weird, we will be seeking out these stones, and if we see them just on the edge of the light, and we are drawn towards them like moths to a flame, yes, very much so. This carving, this inscription, this is very similar to that on certain Viking runestones. In fact, it may actually be copied from one of the most famous ones. It also is covered with many candles. Let us carve our name into this milestone. This will allow us to travel to and from this milestone via teleportation. It costs us one of our health points, but we can get that back. Carving your name among the runes already covering the stone binds a fragment of your soul to it. You can travel between any milestones you've marked this way. Light a weird candle to boost the milestone's range. I don't think we need to, because we have the statue here also providing a very large boosted range indeed. Down here we have a lost soul. Let's go interact with him.
Where your hometown once was, a lone man sits among the remains. He doesn't notice you. Only when you walk right up to him, he turns his blank stare toward you.
Who are you?
It's not my farmhold, is it? I'm from up north, the land of fog. But this mist, it was all wrong. Have you seen the others? They were right next to me. I don't know what happened.
I wouldn't call that a thick accent. It doesn't sound very northern, so interesting. What is our accent supposed to be like? At least there's one thing you have in common. Where your hometown once was, a lone man sits among the remains. He doesn't notice you. Oh, it's the same. It's the same. It's loot back. Let's buy some supplies. Now, he seems to always start with the same items. He has a weird candle which we can use to traverse the weirdness. We should always try and buy a lot of these. He also has a healing mixture. This is also very nice. We should try and buy a lot of these. Obviously, we only have 100 wealth, and his prices are not cheap, as we will see. A travel map, we already have one. Cuanachtlan Fine Edge. For 70 wealth. A sword that deals 8 to 17 damage as opposed to our 10 to 14. Now, that increases the upper end of our damage range by 3, but reduces the lower end by 2. So theoretically maybe a net gain of 1. I wouldn't necessarily call this a really good upgrade. However, rusted chainmail. Ooh. You know what though, for doubling our armor value is really good. And if we then buy a weird candle as well, we can't. Okay. Alright then. However, we can now equip this and it will not look like chainmail if it's anything like the girl's version of the armor. It looks like the Nameless One's armor from Planescape Torment quite a bit, to be honest, with the big spines there, great big skull of a wild creature. I wouldn't call this rusty mail, to be honest. I'd call this something completely different. There is, however, some metal plates reinforcing the boots, and a kind of crude buckler. Yeah. Knees are a little more exposed, though. But hopefully we'll get more and better armor as we go. It would be nice to imagine that the armor models vary slightly with character class, but I don't believe that to be the case. We can now sell this. Unfortunately, we can't sell items that are equipped. Oh wait, maybe we can. But let's just sell that for now. And that will allow us to get 1 healing draft. Now, this is automatically added to combat items, but we might also want to have it here for non-combat items as well. These slots are for items to use outside combat, these slots are for items to use in combat. We always get the first turn in combat, so in theory we can always just wait till we get into a fight to drink a healing potion. However, if we come to like a milestone and we want to give it a life point of ours, and we're really badly hurt, we might want to just have the healing potion available from here. Now, we can also view our deck of cards. Our deck is used for combat. There are red cards and blue cards, and we are trying to strike a balance between the two. Red tend to be more offensive, blue seem to be more defensive. We have effects. Currently we just have a Soul Reborn. And we have our quests. We have main quest, side quests, completed quests. Let's venture off towards the edge of the weirdness. And light a weird candle. So our weird candle will now last for 5 rounds. Yes, the entire game is turn-based. Every step we take counts towards a turn. And let's head up this path. You'll note here on the automap the dotted red line. The dotted red line leads us towards the mighty questing beast which we must defeat. That being said, we are in no fit shape to do that now. Hey, there's a milestone just off the edge of the road. We cannot walk across the grass. We're not allowed to walk on the grass, we have to stay on the paths. We cannot reach this milestone unless we walk all the way around here somehow and get to it. Now, the trader in town does replenish his wares. Let's head to this next milestone. So I'm going to carve my name into it, and then I'm going to sacrifice one of my weird candles to make this milestone permanently protect an area around it. As the flickering light of the weird candle combines with the milestone's faint radiance, the surrounding darkness is pushed even further back. I was going to say ever further back, but right, we have some hidden wealth. We have a random tier 1 group fight. Looks pretty trivial. Trivial. Not so trivial. Right. Now, This area we have illuminated around the milestone will now be permanently safe. Unless there's something I'm not aware of. However, we still have an active candle. So, exploring within this area is kind of wasting candlelight. Let's go duff up this bugger and see what we get to fight. Right. Now, we're here in a fight. We will go first. We have cards. We have free energy. The energy cost of cards is the hexagon in the top left-hand corner. The description is included down at the bottom, so stun a chosen enemy. Our enemy intention is to deal damage. He's going to try and hurt us. We'll try and stun him. And then 17 to 24 is nice, but 8 to 12 3 times is at least 24. So with a single target enemy we can just pound into him with small strikes. We're out of energy, our cards are now greyed out. We are building up our Guardian power. The Berserker has a Berserker power, and I presume the Brawler has a Brawler power. Ultimate. For every 3 charges consumed, draw 1 card and gain 1 energy. If used on at least 9 charges, gain 1 additional energy. Passive skill, keep 1 card on your hand at the end of the turn. So, the Guardian allows us to play more cards, and to then try and set up chains and combinations. The Berserker special ability is one that allows us to regain health as we deal damage when we're very badly hurt. So our enemy was stunned, he didn't get his turn, we get to choose to keep a card. I will keep Stand Your Ground, because blocks are good. We also have 10% armor absorption, and shouldn't we have a special ability somewhere that is just for this one fight? Oh well, never mind. Right, he's going to try and hit us again for 10 to 40, so we want to block. We also want to smack him a lot. There we go, and I'll keep another block. So he is attempting to deal damage, but the egg timer on 1 means something I'm not entirely aware of. So maybe it's delayed, but he's trying to deal damage, and we don't like that. Let's set up a block, and then wallop him a few times. Keep Stand Your Ground, and then we've probably got this one in the bag, to be honest. Alright, Throwing Knife. Deals damage equal to your weapon's damage and applies minor bleeding to the target. So this is obviously something we'll use on an enemy in combat. It's a combat item. And we should have gained a level from that as well. So now that we've leveled, we pick a new card to add to our deck. We have Breathe. Breathe. Block, +1 block. Stance. So, +1 block, next turn, +1 energy. So that's a good one, right? That's going to give us a block, and then an extra block, 2 blocks. Well, it'll give us an extra energy next turn so we can use more cards. Multi-block is a chain. Chain, multiply card effect by the number of cards of the same type played in this round. So, for every blue card we had played, we would multiply the chain. And Stance, gain plus 50% damage this turn. I'm liking multi-block, but I'm liking Breathe more, to be honest. And we could skip it for resources, but I think we need the cards for now in our deck. And pick a new passive skill. Steel is my body. Increase your armor by 10. That is good. Footwork. Your unused base energy does not disappear at the end of the turn. So we can, like, if we only have cards which cost 2 or 3 and we got like 1 energy left, we can save it for next turn. Or we could stun an enemy, save up our energy, and then really pile into them next round. Agility. First stance card you play in combat always costs no energy. I'm going to go for Steel is my body. Yes. And we have some hidden wealth over here. It won't remain hidden for long. This appears to be a dead end, at least according to the map. Let's head back this way. If I go down here... So it lets me cut across corners, but it just won't let me walk. Oh, it will let me walk on the grass. Here we have a new milestone. I will carve my name. However, it's so close to that one that I don't feel the need to invest a candle in this one permanently, especially as there appears to be another 1 or 2 over here. So let's get some treasure. And we are needing to light a candle. I could have rushed to this milestone, but I'm not sure exactly what the consequences of remaining in the weird are in Conquest Mode. In story mode, sanity dwindles and then we get messed up. So I'm going to carve my name, and I will light a candle for this one. Because when I go back to town, I should be able to purchase more candles. That being said, with the girl, I found the candle maker who can make more candles in town, so we can get more candles either cheaper or more often. And discovered some disturbing facts or hints as to what the weird candles are made out of. I don't feel the need to carve my name on this weird stone. It's just too close to these, and I can always just go to one of these instead, and it's in a dead end. That's a lot of enemies. While they're not too tough, I'm thinking... how are we doing for health? 96. We don't have an option to retreat, and we have 85 wealth. Let's not tackle this fight just yet. Let's go back this way and go for this one instead. Alright, so he's going to attack us. He's got no armor. We have 20% armor. We can muller him. He's only got the 1 attack, so we'll go for 1 block and hit him again. I want to keep stand your ground.
Bring it on.
And breathe. And hit. And we're good. Oh, he's got 2 attacks. I messed that up, didn't I? Oh well.
I will end you.
Let's go for a stun. And then set up a few attacks. Keep an attack, because we should be able to finish him this round. There we go. Got a nice bunch of experience points. That shouldn't have got us a level. That is suspicious looking, but I think it's just a tree trunk. Okay, I see treasure. And with 1 turn left, we are running back here. Our candle has gone out. Let's travel Now, these big arrows are an awkward way to travel, but let's do it. And then we click on the stone to arrive there. Let's purchase supplies from the poor, lost, broken-hearted soul. Now, we can get this nice new sword that he had before. However, 2 of these are probably a better idea. So I'm going to travel. Do I want to go here? I mean, here's good enough. But I should really just explore all these areas away from the red dotted line, because the red dotted line leads us towards our quest objective, the powerful foe that we are not capable of defeating just yet. Here is a foe we are very capable of defeating, so let's go and do that. I like that shield. That is a nicely decorated shield. Now, weapons. Hero weapons are about 1.5 times the size they should be. They get ridiculously big, but it probably was worth mentioning. Alright. And once again. And we keep that. Should have gone for the stun. Oh well. And stand the ground. Oh, he's going for 3 attacks. Oh, that's unfortunate. Right. 15 to 8 to 21. Yeah. Lots of light, small chopping attacks for now. It's not as if he's wearing a lot of armor. They're both the same, so it is about the same. Right. And now we should be able to finish him. That might be a level. I've got a feeling it should be a level. Let's go pick up this hidden wealth, because we don't have to light a candle yet. That is a fight we can probably take. This fight we can take without needing to light a candle. So let's go do that. So now I'm facing multiple foes. I see an infected human, an abomination, and an abomination. There, at least 2 are going to be attacking straight away, but the infected human needs to be taken down quickly, and I don't believe I can do it. We'll see how things are looking next turn. Oh! I'll take that back. I'll throw a knife at him. Use. Yeah. Right. Stand ground. And then shield bash for the stun. So you'll notice the dotted line is coming from the card, not from the hero using the action. So now, small strikes is a disadvantage because it is randomly split between targets. More importantly, keep a card. Yeah. Alright. We're gonna block. Gonna block. And some damage would be nice, you know. Nice. And we'll keep you because there'll probably only be one foe left after this. Right. Oh, seems to be gone anyway. Okay. And steady. Alright. Shield up. And fight. There we go. We have a crafting component. Show this to a competent blacksmith. If I find one, I will. Ooh. So, spikes throw, not throw spikes. Not spiked throw. Damage 5 to 7 times 2, targets all enemies. Okay. Chain attack. Damage 10 to 14, duplicate next card played. Double edge. Return damage from next hit to the enemy performing it. Yeah, I like that one. It goes with the Guardian theme. So now we have agility, which is our first stance card for free. Looter. Increase gold gain from combat by 20%. I'm tempted. Come in prepared. Start combat with 3 additional cards. That will be much useful later on when I have more cards in the deck, but for now that's not doing much, so I will go for Looter. And we apparently got another level. So, heavy hit. 30 to 42 damage, that's good, that's great. Multi-block. Plus 5 armor until the end of the turn. Yeah, but it's chained based on playing blue cards. And I'm playing more red cards than blue at the moment. Steel Eater, reduce target's armor by 10 to 14. I do like the fact that these are different artwork to the Berserker class artwork. I'll go for heavy hit this time. And then I will come up here and say, hey, who are you, old merchant?
An old man strolls among the trees, observing the ground with interest. Strangely, he holds no weird candle in his hand, only his wooden walking stick. He lights up with joy as he sees you.
So that's interesting. He's able to survive out here in the weirdness. Very few people are able to do that, apart from like mutants. Oh, hello, wanderer. I see you too enjoy these strolls through the forest. The man seems weirdly oblivious to the surrounding weirdness. Walking is healthy, and while I walk, I find things from all over. Want to see my collection? Yes. Let's invite him to our village. Oh, a village? I'm not sure. I like walking. It's healthy, but I shall treat it as an invitation for a walk in a certain direction. The directions are good. Indeed. His inventory is strange and myriad. Weird meat, unidentified poisonous flowers, red mushrooms, a noose, a burnt-out and useless weird candle, a severed foot, and some wolfberries. Burnt-out weird candle. Its usefulness ended long time ago. Not a long time ago, but long time ago. Yes, all of this is for sale. I wonder if his goods will improve in quality in town. A red mushroom. Eating this seems dangerous. Yes, it looks like a poisonous one. Unidentified flower. Its sweet scent causes unnatural dizziness. I mean, these all seem like really bad things. Wolfberries. A handle of these can kill a human. There might be some way in a conversation with someone later on. This, I should get one. Weird tainted meat. Weirdness makes it taste like chicken. I don't know why. But a smoke bomb. Nice. So we will take this, and we will bid him farewell, and he will hopefully go back to the hamlet. Now, there's a milestone just there, but I should light a weird candle just to be on the safe side. Oh, what is that? That's very interesting. I like the look of that. Well, I'm going to place my name here and light a candle. I want to see what this is. This looks very Cursed Broch. Let's go find out.
This ancient, thick-walled broch now serves as a private prison. You may try to break the prisoner free, but you never know who that might be. A follower who will strengthen your village, an ingrate who will simply run away, or maybe a criminal who will attack you out of sheer spite for everything living.
I'm thinking I should come back here later when I've got more health. I'm now sitting on 79. I should maybe try and get a few more levels first, some better equipment, and then decide what to do here. I could explore this area. Yes, I should. I can always come back here around the milestone and explore there when I don't have an active candle. However, if I go too far... Right. This candle is going out very soon. So at least I checked the surrounding clearing around the tower. I see treasure. Treasure is good. I see a milestone. And I only have one candle, so I should be looking to go back to the town soon. I'll go to here. Clearly my throat's a bit dry, and I'll put a life point into that stone. I'll get this hidden treasure. We got an extra weird candle, that's good enough for me. So I may put a candle in here soon. But for now, obviously, ooh, challenging. Well, what else is around here? I can tackle these, I can tackle those. What's this? Hidden wealth? Yeah, sure. Let's fight. So, while we don't have the life recovering capabilities of the... So, stand your ground, and whoosh smack. Whoosh smack! So, this infected human needs to be put down really quickly, otherwise he bursts open and a load of these things come out of him. I don't think we're going to be able to do it. Alright. I think he's also immune to stuns, yes. Great. Nice. We live. Alright. It's going to try and hit us anyway. Now let's see if the blocked hit will still redirect damage back. Oh wait. Okay, sure, yeah, keep the card.
I will end you.
So it didn't redirect, it needs to have no block. Good to know. And now we can have an extra card and an extra energy. Let's do that. Nice. That's a lot of experience points. I would like this treasure. Can I have this treasure? I think I can. Lovely. And then there is even a fight over here. I think that two... Wait, one of those might not be a fight. Could be a friendly person we can take back to our bloody hell. So the crazy witches protect and heal enemies. If only we had a stun. Alright. It's a start. Spreading the damage will be good against enemy healing. And why did that take damage? Why will we redirect? Huh. So the blue health down here is like a kind of shield of health energy. That's the best way to describe it. Oh, hello. I'd like a blue card, but I'll take the stun. Alright, so we're probably getting hit here. Yep. Why are we constantly redirecting? I need to... That is odd. Oh well. We're taking it for the extra energy. Keep you. And yeah, getting extra armor, okay. Right then. So small strikes are suddenly not good. And then we want to defend ourselves and go for a full-on regular attack. There we go. Ah, they're all small strikes. Let's just not take any. Alright. Heavy hit. Was enough. Right, she is applying a buff. Probably her hardening or shocked. Okay, interesting. Look, we might get attacked next round. Doesn't look like it though. There we go. So, more crafting components and a battle horn. Dispels all positive effects from target and stuns it. A good battle item to have. I presume I am not the target. Right, advanced attack. Return. After play card returns to your hand, this card's cost can never be modified. Okay. Piercing strike reduces enemy's army by 30. Yep, that's good. And chain, draw a card. Lots of blue cards, draw lots of cards. Why not? Right, you a seeking traveller. Oh! Hello. He's just a lost soul, wandering between clouds of weirdness, a fading weird candle in hand. His eyes light up when he sees you. Then you notice he's not actually looking at you, but at your candle.
Thank God! Mine's almost out. Do you have more? Please. If you don't help me, I'm done for.
Let's invite him back to the village.
No. I need to find my camp. They all stayed there, you see. They can't be far, can they?
Right, if I give him a candle, this feels like there might be some kind of reward later on, further down the line. Like, we give him a candle, it lets him find his camp, we meet him at his camp and then bring him back to town, or something like that. I am going to give him a candle on the understanding that I can get more.
Thank you. I promise to make good use of it.
He goes on with his search. And now he's gone. We have one candle left. There is a milestone just down the way. If I use this candle to get to that stone, then... Oh, that's low health. Okay, I should use this. Yeah, that feels like a bad idea. I'll just come back this way. Is that fight one I want to undertake? I think it is, actually, because I think I know what kind of enemy that is. I think I recognise you, milady. I think she's going to do... Okay. Shaman. So she can spawn totems with various effects, damages everyone in combat to heal herself. Okay. Let's go for a stun. And 20% we don't go for small strikes. Keep stand your ground. Alright. She's going for a single attack again, pretty hard hitting. So we'll get that, and then a couple of hits in. We can theoretically almost stunlock her for the entire combat here. Or, I don't think she does many... Right. She is going for a single attack again. Keep you just in case we need you. Oh, that is a shocking lack of blue cards. Okay. Alright. That's gonna hurt. Keep this. Oh, she's summoning. And we have no stuns. However, the fact she's summoning means we can go full damage here. And we should keep that. Alright. So this is a stone totem. Its intent is unknown. She will be attacking. And healing disabled. So I can't heal. Good to know. Oh, this is a full defensive round, isn't it? Okay. Ah, hello. Okay, yeah, just... Not all full defense. Right. Now we keep you. There we go. And we go for a shield bash. An attack. Another attack. Right. And keep small strikes, because why not? So I think it's just there disabling healing for now. Let's smack it a few times just to make sure. Set that up. And wallop it again. Oh, 1 health left on the stone. Okay. Interesting. And now we give her a hefty wallop. And 1 or 2 more. Oh, we are taking damage. Okay. Let's set up our defense. She's summoning. Let's try and get an attack. We got an attack. Nice. Okay, no treasure, but lots of experience points, so we should get an extra card out of this. Right, I need more blue cards. I'm getting lots of red cards. Hard hit is good. Especially against armoured foes. Targets random enemies for Blade Fury, Whirlwind, targets all enemies. I'm going to go for hard hit. And we have agility, which we've seen before. Stay prepared. At the start of every turn, gain 1 Guardian Rune charge. That's good. Natural block. If you finish your turn with at least 3 cards in hand, gain 1 block. I'll go with stay prepared for now. Alright. I think what I'll do is go back to the village. There we go. And let's buy supplies. Oh goodness, we need to buy supplies, don't we? Right. 130 out of 172. I can actually do that, yes. No, I won't meditate and forget skills. Now, I do believe the merchant I invited back here should be around here somewhere. In one of these. And since the time spent running around in town isn't going to be a major issue, this should not be the merchant's house. Well, it could be. This was where the candle maker was going to set up a base. Here? No. Interesting. So he hasn't come back here yet. Well, I think this is a good time to end the episode here, because I've been recording for quite a while now. I hope you've all enjoyed this episode, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next one. I'm going to say bye-bye for now, and cheerio!